story of an assassin's journey to recover a powerful artifact that was stolen from his people. The thief is now in exile, living with stray mages who dabble in white magic but have been gray for ages. They stay up in the northern mountains, surrounded by life-restoring fountains. This artifact is a weapon of great strength, moving your powers up in rank. Prosperous and powerful, deadly but honorable. But he doesn't know the power he wields or even its powers extend, or beyond one man what it presents, or to the city what it represents, or if misused, the consequence.
The wind mourned mournfully through the weathered ruins. An assassin at a satin is now sitting in the vision of the severed moon. His eyes fixed upon the streets below, where people talk and people go. First a hawk and then a crow come returning with their visions and perception, telling a tale of magical betrayal and deception. Within walls reinforced with magical protection, and warriors posted up in every direction. The castle surrounding provide a heavy deception. Rings and charms that bear the arms, enchant the guards of magical detection. So I'll hold off casting spells while trying to blend in, keeping on hand one spell of resurrection. Two watchtowers are guarding the castle's threshold and entrance, while a courtyard in the village still remain within the fence. Camouflage by illusion and power, I climb my way to the top of the first tower. He senses my presence, but by the time he reacts it's too late. My blade is already penetrated and sealed his fate. Quietly, as he's dying, he's looking up at me and dropping silently. I pick up his crossbow, pull back aim and let go. Hit the guard in the other tower right between the eyes. Another one bites the dust and he falls. And it is then when I teleport inside them courtyard walls. From behind the shadows that I'm casting, lurching from the darkness and attacking, disappearing and returning to the plane of shadows like a phantom. An angel of death, blessed, yes, an assassin. From behind the shadows that I'm casting, lurching from the darkness and attacking, disappearing and returning to the plane of shadows like a phantom. An angel of death, blessed, yes, an assassin. Disappearing, reappearing like I step through a mirror. I'm seeing that I landed in an adjacent placement. No names or faces that I'm making out, I'm fading out of view, but I made it on through. I'm surrounded by villages and villagers, builders and realtors, swordsmen and their horsemen and their ogre-sized pillagers. Avoid them all, I'm passing by, walking the streets I seen a sign for a pub, let me inside. There's a tavern, here's the entrance, walk right in and not expecting. When the bartender seen me, he stopped in mid-sentence.
What the hell are you doing here?
With all this going on, man, I thought it'd be clear.
Danger lurks around every corner. They got the city on a tight watch. They even got half demons and scout leaders on night watch. So just watch your
If you
step.
forget, I am one within the shadows. When embraced with a taste of darkness, I have won all my battles. When faced with a haste of heartless, my body and face are slipping away in the grip and the grace of the shadow gaze. The shadow realm is a shapeless place. Your conscience remains in a weightless space. You still can be destroyed when entering the nether void by another nether being in void. Shadow caster, shadow master, like a ninja getting faster. In the darkness it gets blacker. Not when you're a soul tracker or a professional stalker, or another being of the nether void, a shadow walker. From behind the shadows that I'm casting, lurching from the darkness and attacking, disappearing and returning to the plane of shadows like a phantom. An angel of death, blessed, yes, an assassin. From behind the shadows that I'm casting, lurching from the darkness and attacking, disappearing and returning to the plane of shadows like a phantom. An angel of death, blessed, yes, an assassin. I got 3 days rest before I headed west. Prepared all my spells and I hiked it down the trails. I came to a passing at the river, guarded by 2 soldier druids. I crept up and landed 2 fatal blows to the dome and drained all their spinal fluids. I kept on marching under the arch and made it to the center of town and mingled with a merchant. Ladies on the corner and they must be working. I hung around till dark and I waited in the alley.
Man, you hear?
What's up?
Heard some rebels from the comic hour are gonna rally.
Really?
They've joined with other legions of creatures and now preparing a strike.
Ah yes, the little useful information you can gain during the night. I fell back even farther into the darkness and was long gone out of sight, out of sight. From behind the shadows that I'm casting, lurching from the darkness and attacking, disappearing and returning to the plane of shadows like a phantom. An angel of death, blessed, yes, an assassin. From behind the shadows emerging from the darkness and attacking, disappearing and returning through the plane of shadows like a phantom, an angel of death, bless, yes, an assassin. I departed into the darkness and the shadows that hide me, consuming only the bloom of the moon for light and the stars that guide me. Night turned to day quickly, and I invoked in my cloak of invincibility. In a hurry, I made it out of the city, wrapped in the depth sound and feeling of tranquility. Many days passed, and my journey's drawing near. Through tall fields of grass, I made it in the clear. When I step to my left, I see specters of death floating in rotation, chanting dark ritualistic hymns and incantations. So while they're dancing, I'm waiting for opportunity to present a weak point in the temple watcher's defense. While I'm patiently waiting indications of the situation I'm facing, I'm making sense of all and any subsequent events. Sitting high on the cliff and in the distance of my vision is a temple in the mountains coexisting within. It's the enemy's base and I finally made it. Now all powers concentrated, specters of death on guard, but killing them is not hard. I summon a flock of black hawks attacking the block of black fog. In the heavens above come death doves, shooting down and attacking like lightning. They come blasting, crashing, flashing through the land, covering the skies like a shadow hand. They move, they swoop, they fly, they group, they shoot, they loop, then dive, piercing the eyes with their razor-sharp talons. Black-winged assassins we easily shift the battle's balance. Before the specters and boss can even mount a defense, most are already dead or with their back to the fence. The battle slowly rages on while I enter into view, and with a couple swift swipes I finish off the last few who drop for me a key of secrecy. I enter through the front door quietly and peacefully, maintaining privacy that no one's seeing me, moving accordingly into the right direction. The artifacts he holds can be tracked by detection, and upon further inspection of my depth perception describes an image of his room's reflection. So I enter into the fourth dimension of physical existence and mind and body suspension. Transcending through the wall, I appeared in this room. I rose my blade to my side as it glistened in the moon. I stuck it in his side and he crumbled to his knees. I twisted his head around at 360 degrees as it popped off his shoulders. His body rolled over and over him I hovered. Artifact in his pocket, but now finally recovered. Give me that shit, motherfucker. From behind the shadows that I'm casting, lurching from the darkness and attacking, disappearing and returning through the plane of shadows like a phantom, an angel of death, bless, yes, an assassin. From behind the shadows that I'm casting, lurching from the darkness and attacking, disappearing and returning through the plane of shadows like a phantom, an angel of death, bless, yes, an assassin. Revealing